the bearing of F from G. B, we are told to find the bearing of E from G. So these are the given questions that we want to answer. So how can we answer these? How can we go about these questions? So we are going to see how we are going to answer them. So we will answer them together. Let us see how we can go about these questions. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, you are taught to calculate what? The bearing of, you are taught to calculate the bearing of F from G. So F from where? From G. This is what you are taught to calculate. From G. So we go there, we make something like this. We also go there like that. I make something like this so that I'm able to see clearly. Have you seen? So that I'm able to see what is happening. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to get. So finding the bearing of F from G. So where are you starting? You are starting from G. Going to where? F. From G. So you are starting at what? You are starting at G. This is what you are going to do. So since we are starting at G, then I've told you that we focus on the north. So we are going to locate the north. The north of what? G. So we are starting at G here. Then I find what? F like this. When I reach here, this is my what? This is my F. So this is what I'm going to do. So the key interest here now, I'm going to do all these calculations so that I find the value of what? The angle that is there. This is what I'm going to do. So just to help you understand what I'm trying to say here, all the principles that I was telling you, hope you are able to understand them. So for you to answer this, you need now to be very sharp and sensitive. So you know that if you move like this, have you seen when I put something like this, I'm able to form a Z. I don't know if you're able to see it. How many are able to see it? There is a Z that is being formed. Like this. There is a Z. Have you seen? There is a Z that is being formed. So the angle that is here is equal to the angle that is there. Is equal to the angle that is there. When I do this, if I join them, these angles are equal. So you know that here there is a 90 degrees. So you know that there is 90 degrees because it is making a right angle. Then you know that this is a straight line. A straight line is when we've got a straight line, all the angles that are on the line adds up to 180. So you know that, okay, this plus that, you must get 180. So you are going to add these two. You are going to say 90 plus 40. So 90 plus 40, what are you getting? 90 plus 40, what are you getting? You are getting 130. So we are getting what? We are getting 130. So the addition of these two is 130. So 130 now, we subtract from where? From 180. So 180 minus 130. 180, when you say 180 minus 130, what are you going to get? 130. What answer are we going to get when we do the mathematics here? What answer are we getting? So when we say minus, here is just 50. We are getting a 50. So this is a 50 that is here, such that if we add all these, we are going to get a what? We are going to get a what? A 180. So if you add this plus that, you get 180. So that is the answer. 50. So this 50 that is here, it is the same 50 that is here. We are using what? Principles that I was telling you. So these are the principles that I've used. One of the principles that I told you that I've used here. So this is how you need to go about that one. So we've solved this one. The answer is what? The bearing of F from G. What is your answer? Your answer is 50 degrees. Have you seen? Your answer is what? 50 degrees. This is how you need to do it. So these are things that you need to put into consideration. Then you are done. Hope you are able to understand. Hope you are able to see the concept that I'm trying to do here. Hope you are able to get this. So let's make sure we understand this clearly. We get the concept. Let's make sure we get the concept. We get the concept. Let's make sure we get the concept. So this is the 50. So how did I know? I know that. So all those principles that I was telling you, we need to generate them. We need to calculate them. So have you seen like this? You move like this. The angle that is here is equal to the angle that is there. Have you seen? So I'm telling you how to calculate this. So just you revising through this, going through this video, there is no question that you're going to fail under bearing. So this is our lesson 2. So when you get lesson 1 and lesson 2, you combine them, you revise through all the questions. So far, yesterday we revised through a lot of questions, about 6 questions. 4 questions. 4 questions from different past papers. Even here, we are revising through these questions. Have you seen? These are also questions. This is our question 2. From different past papers. All these are past paper questions. All these are past paper questions. So let us now move to this other part. Let us now move to this other part. You are taught to find the bearing of E from G. How can you find the bearing of E from G? You are coming from where? Coming from G. We want to find what? We want to find G. How can we find the how can we find this angle that is here? The bearing of E from G. Okay. All these questions are coming from G. This is very interesting. So you start from the G, the north here. You locate the north. So you move from here until you meet what? E. This is what we want to find. So this is the whole thing that we want to find. This is the whole thing that we want to find. Have you seen? This is the whole thing that we want to find. So now, let us just find what is here. Have you seen? Let's find what is where. Let's just find what is there. Once we find that is there, then we just say 360 minus the answer that will be here. Then that is your what? That is your answer. So the question is now, how can we find the angle there? How can we calculate the angle that is there? So I'm going to show you how you can calculate it. So we can use different ways to calculate this, but by the end of the day, we come at one answer. So you need to come at one answer. We get to use different methods. So one of the easiest way for you to calculate this one, you know that when you add all these angles that are here, you should get what? 180. That is a definite thing. When you add all the angles here, this I'm concentrating on this triangle here. Have you seen this triangle that is here? This is the triangle that I'm talking about. When I add this one, I add that one, I add this one, plus which one? This one, which I don't know. I should get 180. Have you seen? So I say, okay, what I need to do, if I add these two, I'm going to get what? If I add these two, I'm going to get 100. So I'm going to say, okay, if I add those two, I'm going to get 100. So I'm going to say 100 plus, if I add a 50 there, plus the x that I don't know, the answer should be what? The answer should be 180. This is what I'm going to do. So this is what you are going to do. So when you add all these, so we want to find this one that is here, the complete turn here. This is what we want to find. Here, when you move like this, you move until you reach there, excluding this thing here. So this is what you want to find. So if you find this one wrongly, then which means that your answer won't be correct. So we use the procedures that are here. I say, okay, you add this one plus that one plus that one plus that one, you equate to 180. So this plus this, you get 150. 150 plus x is equal to 180. Then you solve this equation, which means that x is equal to 180 minus 150. Have you seen? So when you answer there, what will be your answer there? You're going to get your answer as 30 degrees. Have you seen 30? So your answer is 30. So meaning this angle which is there, this angle here is what? Is 30. The angle there is what? Is 30. That is the angle. So even if you haven't done this, I just wanted us to know how I was coming up with those answers. So what you're going to do is the 30 here. We found the 30 there. Then everything becomes very simple now. Everything is simple now. So what we are going to do is, this is what we are going to do. Since I found the 30, then I'm moving from G until I meet E. I'll move like that, I'll move until I reach E. So from here, I just need to remove this part here from the complete turn. So what am I going to do? This one, I'm on this part here now. So what I'm going to do is that 360 minus the 30 that is there. Then I'm going to get 330 degrees. So this will be your what? This will be your answer. This is what you need to do. These are procedures that you need to put into consideration. Have you seen? So just as simple as this, then you're able to find your answers. So this is what we need to do. Hope we are able to get the concept. We are able to understand all the procedures that I'm doing. So don't say, this is too difficult for me, I feel like giving up. No, don't give up. This is very simple. As long as you practice more. Mathematics is a simple subject. What we need to do is to practice more. So just need to practice. The more you practice, the more you are perfect. So perfection comes from practice. If you cannot practice, then you cannot be perfect. So let's make sure that we practice. We practice through these questions. We practice through everything that I'm doing here. Then everything automatically becomes simple. So everything will definitely become simple. So this is what we need to do. This is what we need to understand. Have you seen? So the more you practice this, hope you are writing all the calculations I'm doing in your book, so that when we are revising, this won't be difficult. Instead of you referring to this video, you just look at the work you wrote on this day, on this specific day. So these are the answers that we need to get on this one. This is how you need to answer this. This is how you need to get this. So let's make sure that we practice through mathematics every day. We practice through every day. We get used. We know how to go about each and every question. So these are procedures that you need to do. Making mathematics very simple. So I want to make sure that everyone gets to understand. If you are able to get a distinction from what I'm doing, then I'll be more grateful. So let's make sure that we get. My aim is to make sure that everyone gets a distinction. That is my aim. And my aim is to make sure that mathematics become a simple subject. Mathematics become a simple subject to everyone. We are able to handle each and every question that comes. And how do we make mathematics very simple? It's through practice. Let's make sure that we practice through all the questions. So all these videos are for us to revise through. Where you feel behind, there are videos here. These are videos are here for you. I'm not treating these videos. These videos are here for you to understand. So make sure you understand them. You get the necessary concept. This is what we need to do. Okay, so let us now look forward and see the other question. Let us move to the other question. This is another question. The question is saying we find the bearing. So the question is saying find the bearing of x from y, p from x. So this is the question that we are having. How can we go about this question? How can you answer such a question? How can you handle it? How can you handle such a question? How can you go about this question? How can you answer it? So how can we answer a question like this? How can we handle it? How can we answer it? How can you go about this question? So you can do some calculations and see how you are going to answer it. So mostly my videos they're not live video, but they are, we do them, we use it is a live video. You can pause it. That's the good part about YouTube. You can pause a live video, then you can continue from where you ended. So you can pause this and try to practice this. You can pause a video, then try to practice this and see the answer that you are going to find. So pause the video, then practice. I'm going to answer this, but I want you to pause the video, then practice through, then see the answer that you are going to form, then confirm with the answer that I'm going to find. So just pause it. You pause it, then you're going to continue from where you are going to you continue from here, don't worry. So even as you are holding your phone, just pause it. So if you're not able to see, you can try to put your phone in a landscape form so that you are able to see all the numbers that are given. So, okay, pause. Okay, answer. Okay, hope you've seen the answers that you found. So let us now answer this together. Let us now answer this together and see the answer that we are going to find. So it's saying the bearing of x from y. The bearing of x from y. How can you go about this question? The bearing of x from y. How can you answer such a question? So how are we going to answer that? Very simple. The bearing of x from y. You start from where? You start from y. You are going to start from y. So at y here, you put a canoth like this. So this is where you're going to put a canoth. You put a north there. So they are saying the bearing of x from y. So you start at y there. You're going to start at y. Y, the north there. Then you reach x. This is x. Have you seen? So this is what we want to find. This is what we want to find. Have you seen? So how can you find this thing here? How can you find the angle that is here? You find the angle that is there. The angle that is there. Once you know the angle that is there, then these two should add up to 180. So what you are told is that there is this angle here. From here it has moved until it has reached that point. So what we are going to do is that we are going to say 360 minus 215, that is the angle that is there. Have you seen? That is the angle that is there. So that's what we are going to do, to find the angle that is there. So these are steps that you need to do. 360 minus 215. What are you going to get? 145. You are going to get a 145. So 145 is your answer. You are going to get 145. So meaning that here we've got 145 at P. There is P. 145. So 145 and this one that is here, we need to get 180. How do you go about that one? You say 180 minus 145 that is there. What is your answer? 35. Here I've got what? 35. So I've got a 35 there. The 35, that is my answer. So my answer there is what? 35. Hope no one is behind. You know that from here, when you move like this, there is a 240, a 215 there. So a 215 is from here moving up to there. So for you to find this one, a complete turn adds up to 360. So just say 360 minus 215. This is the angle that is here. Then you know that these two adds up to 180. You say 180 minus 145. That is the answer there. Which is what? Which is 35. So you say 35 plus this one now. Since that one and this one you know them, then you just add those. So 35 plus 41. What are you going to get? You're going to get 76. So which means that the bearing of x from y is what? Is 76 degrees. That is your answer. The bearing of x from y is 76. We started at y there, then we move like this. Don't say there is a 90 degrees. Have you seen the way this one is moving? So don't make such a mistake where you say here there is a 90 degrees. No. So these are common errors that we get to make in an exam. Move to the another question. So the other question is P from X. So the bearing of P from where? From X. Bearing of P from X. So you're starting from where? You're starting from X. Joining what? Joining P. This is what you're going to do. So hope all the principles I've told you, you've mastered them. Okay, X. You go at X like this. You put a canoth there. Have you seen? So they're saying X, the bearing of the bearing of P from X. The bearing of what? P from X. You go at X, you put a canoth there. Then you do this until you meet what? Until you meet P. Like this. This is what you're going to do. So that's the angle that you want to find. So at X, you put a canoth. Then you do this. You move until you meet a P that is there. So what are you finding here? Just needs to find the angle that is there. After you find the angle that is there, then you know that a complete turn, you just say 360 minus the answer that you're going to find. So aside that, we are given this angle that is there. Then I told you that these two angles should add up to 180. Have you seen? So hope you are able to see this. This is 159. So plus this one which you don't know should add up to 180. So you say 180 minus 159. What will be your answer? 21. So here, what is your answer? 21. Your answer is what? Your answer is 21. 21 is your what? Answer. So finding this one, the bearing, so you found 21. Then you move from here, you move round like this, round until you meet this one, the P. Here, there is a P is there. So until you just say 360. 360 minus what? Minus 21. What will be your answer? So 360 minus 21. Calculate that. 360 minus 21. What will be your answer? Your answer will be 339. 339 degrees. This will be, confirm this if the calculation I've done are correct. So 360 minus 21. 339. Okay. So these are the calculations that we have to do. Hope you found this answer. Hope this is the same answer that you found. So let's make sure we get the concept. So I just want everyone to get the concept. We understand all the procedures that we need to do. We get the necessary concept. So this is what you need to do. Hope you are able to understand this. Hope you are able to get the concept from this part. So this is a part that you need to understand. So I'm going to forward now the exercise, the assignment which we are going to do. So I'm going to forward the assignment we are going to practice in the group. So like I told you earlier on that you are also going to revise through some questions by the end of this lesson. So on the exercise I've not forgotten, I'm going to forward that in the group. I'm going to forward the exercise in the group. So let us now try to revise through some questions that comes in an exam. So let us try to revise through one question that we may find in an exam. One question, and this question usually come under what? Under graphs of polynomial. So this question usually come under graphs of polynomial. So let me write it here. So let me write it here. This is the question. So let me write it here. So the question is saying, find the equation of the, this is the calculus question. Find the equation of the tangent. So equation of the tangent to the curve. You are given a curve y is equal to 3x minus 1 squared, like this, at the point 2, 1. This is the question. Hope everyone is able to see this question. This is how the question is. This is a calculus question. So the question is saying, find the equation of the tangent. So we want to find the equation of the tangent to the curve. Want to find the equation of the what? We want to find the equation of the tangent to the curve. This is the curve which is given at the point. So at the point what? This is at the point. So 2, 1. At the point, maybe some people are not able to see there. At the point what? 2, 1. This is the point which is given. So we want to find the equation of the tangent. So how can you find the equation of the tangent? How can you find the equation of the tangent? So the way in which we are going to find the equation of the tangent is very simple. What you are going to do is that you are going to get this equation which is given. So you are going to get the equation which is given. So what's the equation? Y is equal to 2, open bracket, 3x minus 1 crossed in power 3. That is the what? That is the equation which is given. So After writing that equation, then you differentiate it. You are going to do what? You are going to differentiate. So we differentiate this. This is what we are going to do. So we differentiate the what? This equation. So before you differentiate this, hope we know all the methods that we get to use under differentiation. How to use the product rule, how to use the quotient rule, how to use the dividend rule, how to use the power rule. All those are methods that we get to use under differentiation. So whenever you see something like this, whenever you see a question and you are taught to differentiate, it is in this format. So any question that will come and it is in this format, what you need to do is that the rule that we are going to apply here, it is called the chain rule. So any question that will look like this, just know that it is coming from the chain rule. You need to use the chain rule. So we need to use the chain rule. How do we use the chain rule? You say what you are going to do is that, so we are differentiating this. We want to differentiate this. So the first thing you need to do is to differentiate. You need to do what? You differentiate. You need to differentiate. So how are we going to differentiate? You are going to say let. So let u represent what is in the bracket. So just let u represent what is in the bracket. So in the brackets we have what? 3x minus 1. That's what we are given. So here 3x minus 1, it is u. So when you are told to rewrite this, you are going to say that y is equal to 2. Have you seen the 2 there? Then this whole thing here, this is called a u. Then power what? Power 3. This is what you are going to form. So we are going to form what? We are going to form two expressions, two equations. This equation and these equations. These are the two equations that we are going to form. The equation here and the equation there. Then I differentiate this one. I also differentiate this one here. So I want you to get this concept. This question usually comes. That's why I want us to revise through this. So I want us to revise through this. So here we are differentiating what? We are differentiating u with respect to x. So we say du dx, which is equal to. You are differentiating what? You are differentiating u with respect to x. So you say du dx. So how can you differentiate this? We are having the power what? Power 1 there. So you say 1 times 3. You've got a 3, then x like this. Then there it's 1. You say minus 1. This is what you are going to do. So what's your answer there? You say du over dx is equal to. So what I've done is that I've multiplied 1 times 3. 3. X comes. Then the power remove 1. So just understand this. Power times coefficient. This is 3. The 3 is called the coefficient. 1 times 3. It is 3. X. Then 1 minus 1 here. So we are going to have 3x power 0. So you know that any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. So here where it is x power 0, it's just the same as 1. So just the same, 3 times 1, you get 3. So your answer there, it is what? It is a 3. So when you differentiate this whole part, you get 3 as your what? Your answer. So du dx answer is 3. I move to this other one. So what am I going to do here? I'm differentiating what? Y with respect to u. So it is dy du. Have you seen? Which is equal to. This is what you are going to say. This is equal to. So you are going to multiply 2 times 3 times 2. You get a 6. So you say 6. Then you say u to the power what? 3 minus 1. This is what you are going to do. So you say dy du is equal to. So it is equal to what? It is equal to 6u power what? Power 2. This is what you are going to do. So these are procedures that you need to do. So I've got this answer. I also have this answer that is there. So these are the two answers that I'm having. These are the two answers that I'm having. So after you find these two answers, after you find this, I've got this answer and that answer. Then you write the formula. So after you've got those two answers, you write the what? You write the formula. So the formula is what? The formula is dy over dx. Dy dx. Don't say over. So you just say dy dx, which is equal to dy du times du dx. Have you seen? These are the procedures that we need to do. So this is what we are going to do. So we have the answer dy du. Dy du is, we've got that answer there. Have you seen? That is your answer. So this is equal to what? 6u squared times what? Times du dx. Du dx, it is 3. The answer there, it is just what? The answer there, it is just 3. So you multiply these two, which means that your answer there, it is what? What is your answer? So when you multiply this, 6 times 3, this is 18. So it is 18u to the power 2. This is now equal to, finally, it is equal to, here you don't forget dy dx. Finally, your answer will be what? Here where there is u, remember what we said. What did we say? U was equal to what? U was equal to what? U was equal to that. So that one, you put that expression there. We put the expression. We say 18, then open bracket. That is 3x minus 1 cross to the power what? Power 2. So this is what? This is the answer that we've gotten. So this is what? This is your answer now. This is your answer. This is your what? This is your answer. So you've just differentiated. So we've just differentiated. So then I get this answer. I get this answer. I'm going to do, I get that answer. So I get it. I'm going to write it here. Hope you've seen all the procedures that I did. So what was the answer? The answer was dy dx. The answer was what? The answer was 18. Then 3x minus 1 cross power what? Power 2. That was the answer. So when you're finding the gradient, you know that the formula for gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is the formula that you use. So what are we saying? We are saying that difference in the y-axis over difference in the x-axis. This is what I'm saying. So this is what you need to do. So here, there now, what you are going to do is that you are going to put there as m, which is equal to. So you say 18 on the coordinate there. This is the value of x. This is the value of y. So where there is x, you are going to put 2. So you are going to say that 3 times what? 2 minus 1, then squared like that. That is what you are going to do. Then you say gradient is equal to 18, open bracket, 3 times 2, 6, minus 1. So 3 times 2, 6, minus 1, 5. So 5 squared like that. So this one usually comes in paper 2, where you are allowed to use a calculator. So this is equal to 18 times, what is 5 squared? It is 25. Have you seen? 5 squared, it is 25. So your gradient is equal to, so what is your gradient? Your gradient now, you say 18 times 25. Use your calculator. It is what? 450. So you get a 450. So you say 450 there. That is your 450. So that is your what? Your gradient. After you find the gradient, that's when now you can find the equation of the tangent, because we are going to use this gradient. So you say, what's the formula for gradient? I mean, the equation of the straight line y minus y1 is equal to m, open bracket, x minus x1. These are procedures that you need to do. So these are the procedures that we are going to do. So then you just replace. You've got a coordinate there. That is the coordinate for x. That is the coordinate for y. So where there is x, you put 2. Where there is y, you put 1. Where there is gradient, you put what? 450. So you say y minus y1, you put 1, which is equal to. What is your gradient? The gradient was 450. Open bracket. X minus, what is your x1? X1, 2. So you put a 2 there. So this is what we are going to do. Then we say y minus 1 is equal to 450 times x. It is 450x minus 450 times 2. 450 times 2, what are you going to get? 900. You are going to get what? 900. So 900. 900 like that. That is a 900. Hope you're able to see now. Then this one goes that other side, so that you just mean with y is equal to 450x minus 900. So when this one comes that other side, the sign will change plus 1. Have you seen? This is equal to now 450x. Then what will be the answer there? What will be your answer? What will be your answer? So you say that is negative 900. So if you've got problem with the negative answers, just type it the way it is. Negative 900 plus 1. You get what? Negative 900 plus 1. What are you going to get? You get negative 899. Just the same as 900 minus 1. Then this is your what? Finally, this is the answer. This is the equation of the tangent. This is how you need to go about this one. This is how you need to calculate this. So this is how you need to do it. Make sure that you do all these procedures. Don't forget, let me forward you now the exercise that I told you that I'm going to send in the group. So let me send the exercise now in our groups. So these are the procedures that we need to do. Thank you so much. Let me send you now the question that we need to practice. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Thank you so much.